Hey guys, FF4 here. This is the next episode of FF4. I went and did all the grinding. Now they're both level 20. Let me just go over a few things. So, he's learned fire, he had the basic spells, as well as, I think he had, I'm not sure, he didn't have pig, some of these, and he learned those. That's Blizzard, fire, and thunder. He learns the upgrades to those spells. And look at his magic. And his stats are not bad either. I mean, his intellect's high. I mean, he's no teller, but you gotta remember he has more MP. Heck, he has also slightly more magic than his sister, but at the same time, still is your healer. And this is why you want to get to level 20. The sooner, you're gonna need that. He's also learned silence, teleport, shell, protect, hold, and sight. Now, a few things you should do. First off, item shop. Since buying that new armor is way too expensive for my budget, what I need to do is I need to buy, I'm gonna buy about 10 of those. And 5 cottages. That should do. That's all the prep I'm gonna go for. And of course I rested everybody up. We're all ready to tackle the next area now. However, it's a good distance away, so be careful. You're gonna have to use one of those cottages at the start of that area. Yeah, I haven't saved it before they maxed, but now I have. Well, they have a max level, but I got them where I need to be. Now, Mount Ordeals is, unlike the others, quite a while away. Also, they're in the Chocobo Forest, south of Mount Ordeals. There is one, if you want to visit it. Kill these cockatrices first. My advice, because they can use beak, which will turn you to stone. Really bad. Really nasty stuff. Kill them first. It will only work on Cecil. It doesn't work on the mages. Okay, that's bad. Defend. My magic is sooner Cecil. This is why it's important you get it up to the higher levels. Generally, this is not gonna happen. That doesn't happen very often. I didn't know those guys could insta-stone. If I did, I would have killed him first. But beware, a lot of enemies want to use stone. And that's the effect of death, but although that wasn't necessary, he will knock them out anyway. By the way, Cecil's level 24. He's gonna get to level 25. I wasn't expecting him to this one. I was expecting he wouldn't get that way unless I did in the post-game one. I'm surprised. And I am surprised. The irony. Bitter irony, just as I said that. Alright, now for these guys, you best just get a quick fire spell off. Fire, anything really, it doesn't matter, but you want to quick fire them. You're gonna take some injury and things. You're gonna want to use a cottage before you go into Mount Ordeals, so you're probably gonna have taken some damage. Or if you have a tent, you can probably use that properly. Now this is going to be one of the biggest XP fights you're going to get. And you want to kill those guys. Now, here you can do this. I'm going to go over Cry. What this does is this lowers the defense of the enemy. Very handy. It does help. It will in the future. It won't help very much here. That's one thing you ought to know. Won't help very much here, but there's a few things which can help. On top of bosses and enemies, it can be really, really helpful. This is the Chocobo Forest. I won't go in there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna bother. But because I don't need to. I don't need to sell my tents. I like to keep them in case I need them. However, if you want to, it's a good idea to go there. A ton of silver almonds. Now, before you enter, use a cottage. I suppose I could have used a tent, but I'm going to use cottages. I have 5 of them. Now, remember those zoos? They will turn up on the mountain. Liliths. The real thing is, with the exception of Liliths and the zoo, all of them resist dark. This means Cecil ain't going to be very useful up here. All the enemies resist dark. Just pausing it for a second. I need to check my video length. Don't want it to go too long and bore the hell out of you. Now, this is a big area. There's a lot of, this is going to take a little while. Now, Cecil can't really do anything against a lot of these enemies. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try. He can still do decently, but his dark abilities are not going to be very effective against a lot of these opponents. You can still have him attack, though. Even with their resistance to his dark element, he's strong enough to power through them anyway. A lot of them. Not all. Some of the tough enemies might take a few hits. But he can kill them fairly quickly. No, not all. Said. His stats, he's gonna suffer in this area. This area is designed that you need to work around Cecil's Dark Knightness. Yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of what Palam's character is very much like here. Blizzard. Yes, he's a really powerful. He's powerful, but he's out. Meanwhile, hey. Become paladin. Yeah, this little creepy bastard. Yeah, that guy is evil. He looks really evil. In fact, he is evil right now. Well, he is evil. Spoilers. I've played this game before, so it's a little hard not to say some things. That's a little clue for what's gonna happen, but pretty much I'll let you figure out what's gonna. This plot gets really complicated. It's a great game, but this plot is more complicated than you'd think. There's so much happens in it that trying to explain it, and heck, probably trying to summarize, a person couldn't summarize this game very well. It would take an hour to explain everything that happens, even if you tried, even if you summarized it in the briefest context, because it's just so confusing. Let's just say that for someone who has this game, there's a few potions and ethers and things like that, but there's not that many items here. Generally grab all the items here, or you can. I'm not the biggest fuss with grabbing every item in a dungeon. And it's usually, this game, more so than most, is it in a lot of these earlier areas, such as Mount Ordeals, you don't get a lot of good stuff. Later on, however, you might want to be a little more cautious about what you miss, because there's some really good stuff that's going to be really important. If you miss it, it could ruin everything later on, and you will not realize. Trust me, there's some items that probably, if you don't get them, you might as well have to restart the entire game from the beginning, if you're not careful. A few really good ones. This is why I advise you have a book. I have a manual here, telling me everything I need to know about what I need to get and things like that. It's gonna help. Here's getting another level. Now, that's it. They're gonna gain a few levels as we trek up here. Still, it's advised you get them to level 20 before you come here, or else they're gonna die drop like flies. They're seriously, I've done a few ones where I haven't done that. They're not the best characters if you don't do that first. You're definitely gonna miss out on the Asuna and some of those abilities you're probably not gonna get if you don't. Now, I've actually got all the items here, so I don't know why I'm looking around, but well, I'm an idiot. These guys are a little more nasty on the nasty side of creatures here. Now, Cecil could kill these guys, but sometimes it requires a little more firepower. I'm just gonna go all out here. I'm not gonna lie. This place ain't too big, and we're gonna get someone else to help us here. Soon enough. You're gonna figure out who that is soon. Hello. Tell her. Yeah. We'll say tell her, aren't you? I'm so some respect. I am. It's truly an honor to keep an eye on. Yeah, you can see there. Who knows? Pardon me. Palom. The ship was attacked by Leviathan as we sailed for Baron. They were lost to the sea. They were both died. Afraid so. And Rosa's fallen into Gorbez's hands. That must be his girlfriend. Hush. My magic is no match for a man of your strength. Meteor, it has been long lain sealed away, and I know not where, but I feel a powerful order radiating from this place. Seek may well rest within this mountain. It's dangerous for a man of you were to cast it. My age and the dangers. Lay aside my own life if it meant the end of his. I will defeat Gorgas. Be careful, Taylor, you're gonna overdo yourself. Yes, now we have Teller. So we have 3 mages. This is actually a good time to sort of... This is where you're going to start seeing Teller's floor really start turning up. Now, let me just rearrange my party for a second. This may take a few videos to get through this entire area. But I will... But I am taking time off just to compare stats for a second. Look at this. Okay, he's got 27 intellect, 12 spirit. Good black mage. Now let's compare him to Teller. He's got 27, right? Now I know Teller's only level 17, but let's compare him. He's got 29 intellect and good spirit, but he's got no equipment by moved at all. That's fine. But his real biggest weakness, when you look at all this, is actually when you look at his stats. The biggest weakness he has is that 90 magic. he's gonna run out of magic really fast, particularly with heavier spells. That comparable mages, such as Orm, who's really close to him, and Palom, it's like I mean, they're not quite as powerful as he will be at level. But what I'm saying is, his low magic is his weak point. Surely gonna find out how annoying. If you're not careful, you may just find out how annoying it is to have to deal with that low magic very soon. I mean, now it's not too much of a big problem. He knows some spells, like he knows fire and things like that. However, he doesn't know any really big spells. That is actually a problem for him here. This actually causes him. I mean, his high intellect is enough to sort of see. He can't even one-shot enemies anymore. You know, without higher level spells, he starts to become a little more soft and squishy. It becomes while he was amazing when he fought the Octomammoth. He was just so strong, so powerful as a mage. Now, he's kind of a bit on the low side, and I know I haven't given him a rod or anything, so I'm gonna have to equip him. That will happen. Give that time. I will equip him in a moment, but what I'm saying is it still does cause him a bit of problems. And yes, I got him to level 25. That is an achievement. Now I'm going to equip him with some stuff. So now I'm going to give him a rod, feather cap, Gaia gear, and not that, silver armlet. Now he's going to be in our party for a while, so might as well make good use of him. Now, there's a couple of ethers lying around here. But there's not really much else you can say about this area. It doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best area when it comes to leaving items for you to find. It's more of a, they are here, but you're not really gonna use them. You're not gonna find, they are here, but most of them are fairly mundane items. Ethers, things like that. Nothing spectacular. I mean, they're worth getting, but they're nothing that's gonna blow you out of your socks. Items that you will find in some dungeons later on. There's some really good blow your socks off items. Now Teller's gonna gain 3 levels like that. 26, 1, 1. That's pretty much a standard. He's a standard mage. He doesn't get a lot of stats. He focuses really on the magic. And he won't be very, he will get better, but his low magic is always going to be an issue, and it's never really solved. I mean, it's not so much a burden now. A slight spoiler. When he's from experience, this is a slight spoiler, but when he's your only mage, he becomes quite it does make the entire thing just become a nightmare to try and work with. No magic. He's gonna run out of magic really fast. Now, there is a little thing that I will do later, that's gonna help you compensate this for that short period. I'm gonna, in the game, oddly enough, it's the one point where you get something to compensate for his. Now, I'm not gonna bother to get that other ether, that's fine. I'm gonna use the cottage when I get to the place. You don't need to gain too many levels. Everyone's pretty much alright in terms of levels. Now, I'm gonna defend, you can defend, and, well, Teller's biggest issue is his magic's not that powerful, plus, he has bluff, so, he can, if you're in a tougher fight, for example, you can just double up on your spells. My advice, you're gonna have a few toughish fights here. Now, this is actually the last area. Hiss. Yes, something is not good here. But first, we're gonna get over here. It gives you a save point. Now this is where I'm gonna end the video, because it's getting a little long. We're gonna use a cottage. Anyway, this shape-shifting tree, signing out. I hope you've enjoyed this episode.